ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਤਨਾਸਰੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਚੌਥਾ। ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਏ, ਹਮਰੀ ਬੇਦਨ ਤੂੰ ਜਾਣਤਾ ਸ਼ਾਹ, अवर क्या जान है कोई रहाओ। मेरे शाह मैं हर दर्शन सुख होए, हमरी बेदन तू जानता शाह, अवर क्या जान है कोई रहाओ। साचा साहिब सच तूं मेरे शाह, तेरा किया सच सब होए। झूठा किसको आखिए शाह, दूजा नाही कोई। सबना विच तू वरतदा शाह, सब तुझ है ध्याव है दिन रात। सब तुझ ही थाव हो मंगदे मेरे शाह, तू सबना कर है एक दात। सबको तुझ ही विच है मेरे शाह, तुझ ते बाहर कोई नाही। सब जी तेरे तू सब सदा मेरे शाह, सब तुझ ही माहे समाहे। सबना की तू आस है मेरे प्यारे, सब तुझ है ध्याव है मेरे शाह। ज्यो भावै त्यों रख तू मेरे प्यारे, सच नानक के पातशाह। सबना की तू आस है मेरे प्यारे, सब तुझ है ध्याव है मेरे शाह। जो भावे त्यो रख तू मेरे प्यारे, सच नानक के पातशाह। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। संगत जी, today's Pavan Pavitr Hukamnaama Sahib from Sachkhand Sri Harmandir Sahib has been blessed to us by Dhan Sri Guru Raam Das Ji Sache Padshah, Chauthe Padshah, 4th Guru Sahiban on Ang 670. Guru Ram Das Ji Padshah Ji today in Tanasri Rag give us this beautiful benti, this beautiful humble request. Give us the perfect words to put forward to Vaheguru, because Guru Ram Das Ji Padshah Ji is speaking directly, is doing this benti, this humble request, putting it before Vaheguru Ji. And Sangat Ji, the truth is that this benti will come out from inside when we actually get to that place of truly feeling the absence of having that realization of that one. And when, yes, wording it, terming it like this might be quite modern, having realization of that one, but my Satguru Ji Sache Padshah Ji, they speak of Vaheguru Ji in such a way, in wanting to, just like that, just like Sangat Ji, like in a young age, as per the tradition used to take place within India, with a young age, a girl gets engaged but still remains living within a peke kar with her parents. But as she gets to know, she gets to hear about what her husband to be is like. Every moment of her life, she's waiting to unite with him. She's thinking about how ecstatic that moment is going to be like. What would it actually be like to have her husband by her side, that support? She lives within that yearning within her own heart every moment to be with her husband. Sangat Ji, in that way, when we start to yearn for Vaheguru Ji like that, then this benti comes from our heart. Guru Raam Das Ji is putting this forward and telling us that this is where that journey starts from. That journey starts from when that yearning wells up from inside, that pain wells up from inside of wanting to meet Vaheguru Ji. And then that benti, that inner cry, that begging comes from inside. And then Guru Ram Das Ji say, embrace these words and beg for the darshan, beg for the vision of meeting that one, that Vaheguru Ji. And these are the words that Guru Ram Das Ji have shared with us today. Mere Shah, referring here to Vaheguru Ji as Shah. Shah Sangat Ji meaning a king. Saying, hey Vaheguru, oh my king, kende mere Shah, main har darshan sukh hoye. Kende main har darshan sukh hoye. The truth is that only when I get to see, only when I get to meet you, Vaheguru Ji, only then sukh hoye will I actually get to experience true sukh, that bliss, that never ending, eternal bliss, that happiness that all are looking for, all are yearning for from inside. But most of us, we're all looking for it in the wrong place. That's the inner hole that we've got. That's the gap that we're all trying to fill from inside. Asal vich sada andar sabna da ro reha a, andron ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਪੁਕਾਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਆ, ਪਰ ਕੋਈ ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੁਕਾਰ ਆ ਨਾ, ਅੰਦਰਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਬੇਦਨਾ ਆ, that inside pain. Guru Ram Das Ji Sache Paatshah say kende hamri bedan, my inner state. Bedan means state. Hamri bedan tu janta Shah. Only you know that inner state of mine, O Shah, O my King Vaheguru Ji. Hamri bedan tu janta Shah. Avar kya jane koi, avar kya jane koi. How is anybody else meant to know this inner pain that I have to meet you? Anybody that is in the chase of life is trying to obtain that happiness, to get that little bit more. Invest in that one house more. Have that little bit more, that next gadget, that next thing to fill that gap. It's a never ending rut, that game. But because there's that inside, it's yearning for Vaheguru Ji. And Guru Ram kehde hamri bedan tu janta Shah. But Sangat Ji, when we get to know that, when we know that actually I'm wanting to be one, because we are all trying to become more and more, whether it be somebody having an intimate relationship, that moment with their partner, within their marriage, whether that be somebody trying to have that perfect relationship with their children, whether it be somebody trying to make their house look perfect in their own way, whatever it is, we're trying to become that little bit more, that little bit more. ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵਧਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਈਏ. ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਾਰਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ, ਯਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਵਧੀਏ. We're all trying to expand in some form of way, but the truth is, Sangat Ji, how big can we get? How much can we actually expand? किन्ने क घर लै लांगे, किन्ने क बच्चियां नूं जन्म दे दांगे, किन्ना की होर कुछ कर लवांगे आपां, किन्नी क पढ़ाई होर आपां हासिल कर लवांगे. How much education, how much more knowledge can we gain on an intellectual level? किन्ना कुछ आपां करी जाओगे, किन्ना कुछ आपां हासिल कर लवांगे. असल विच आपां सारे यां दी एक दौड़ लगी पई है होर वधन वास्ते. We're all trying to think, पता नहीं, to expand more and more, to get more friends on social media, on getting more followers, getting more likes, get more comments, कि किसी तरह वधी जावे. But why is it? ओ की आ असल विच साडे अंदर प्यारियो? It's that inside कि किसी तरह असल विच मेरा अंदर कह रहा आ मैं सब कुछ बनना चाहुंदा हां. The truth is my inside is saying I want to become everything. Becoming everything means actually becoming a part of Vaheguru Ji and being only one. And being everything then. Being a part of that source of creation, of that one that we've all come from. And when we get to actually know that that's what it is that I'm yearning for from inside, it's actually Vaheguru Ji I want. It's actually my jyot wanting to merge with the jyot. मैनू हुण होर कुछ नहीं चाहिदा करके मैं सब कुछ करके वेख लिया, पर इन्हां दे विचों तो सावें जिन्ना होर मैं विच इन्हां दे वड़ी जाना, जिन्ना होर मैं इन्हां दे नाल जुड़ी जाना, मेरा तां दुख सावें वधी जांदा. But I'm coming to realize the more and more I'm accumulating, the more and more I am getting attached to it, the more and more there's becoming that possessiveness, that mera, that mine, and the more I'm suffering, the more dukhi I'm getting, the more likes I'm chasing on social media, actually, the more I'm seeming to suffer, the more I'm actually feel low. I thought that the more I actually get, the more friends I get, I thought the happier I would get. But Bhagat Kabir Ji have been so clear with us on that. This is Kabir Sukh. कहते कबीर सूख ना है जे करहे जो बहुते मीत. भगत कबीर जी say to us very clearly, कहते कबीर सूख ना है करहे जो बहुते मीत. कहते भावें कोई बाले अपने सुख कहते बाले मीत बढ़ा लवे, कहते कोई कहते करहे जो बहुते मीत. There we go, sorry संगत जी. कबीर सूख ना, माफ करना, I was saying the पंक्ति slightly incorrectly. कबीर सूख ना एह जुग करहे जो बहुते मीत. कहते if I have loads and loads of friends, if I have many different friends, कहते कबीर सूख ना एह जुग, within this world, if I think that happiness is going to come to me through what? Because I'm having multiple friends? No, Sangat Ji कहते कबीर सूख ना एह जुग करे जो बहुते मीत. No, Sangat Ji, even that's not what is going to do it for us. कहते जो चितरा के एक स्यों ते सुख पावे नीत. जो चितरा कहे एक स्यों, but those that have Vaheguru Ji, the only one within their mind, within their chit, within their consciousness, that's all that they are focused on, is on one. कहते जो चित राखे एक स्यों त्यो सुख पावे नीत. कहते दिन कहते हर समय कहते ओड़े वास्ते सुख ही रहूगा. संगत जी बड़ी कमाल दी गल भगत कबीर जी ने इत्थे आखी सानू. So amazing what Bhagat Kabir Ji have just shared with us over here. When they're saying Jo Chitara ke ek se, only those that have got their consciousness focused upon one. Somebody is seeing that, look how many followers, look how many friends I've got now. Te 3000 ho gaye, 4, 5. Look, 4,000, 5,000. But Sangat Ji, the truth is, as we are still seeing numbers, as we are still seeing individuals, we're still seeing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then there's still those that we're still seeing that aren't our friends. Because we're not in that oneness yet. We still have enmity towards certain people. We still have hatred towards certain people. Oh, how comes they're not following me yet? How comes they've not yet? But Sangat Ji, when we only see one, when we only see ek, it gets rid of all of that. When we become friends with that one. When Sangat Ji, then there is no expand. We can't expand any more from one. There is only but one. In that place, when I go to that place, Sangat Ji, that's where there's sukh. When I look around, that na ko bari nahi begana, then it's not about me trying to please others. It's not about me then trying to see what I can do to get them into my good books. What can I do to look good to them? But I don't really care about them. Because now it's all about how I look at everyone. It's not about how I'm trying to get them to look at me. It's not what I'm trying to do to impress them so that a certain group can look at me in a certain way. No, because now it's all about na ko bari. There is no enemy for me. Na ko bari nahi begana. There is no outsider for me. There is no one. There's not to say that these are my friends and these are not. It's not to say mere ne nahi mere. It's not now to say that this group is mine, this religion. People that identify themselves a part of this religion, they are mine now and they are not. Because now there's nothing. I've gone beyond that discrimination. I've gone beyond that intellect that is discriminating and separating. I've gone beyond that mind. Na ko bari nahi begana. There is no outsider for me. Sagal sang humko ban aayi. Sagal sang. Everyone, sagal, all, sang. Humko ban aayi, that I get on with everyone. Meaning that within my mind now does not oppose anyone. My mind does not now say that you're not a part of me. You're not a part of my group. You're not a part of my jathebandi. You're not a part of my school of thought. Sagal sang humko ban aayi. Sagal sang. Now everyone, humko ban aayi. I see everyone a part of me. Because there is no other. The yearning to get to that place, because only in that place is there anand, only in that place is there bliss. That's very place that Bhai Kanhaiya Ji was. That Bhai Kanhaiya Ji would actually go out and they would see no enemy, because na ko bari, there was no enemy for them. They were feeding water to everyone, whoever they could see. Why? Because all they could see was just human beings. All they could see was these beings with the light of God inside of them. Sab mahjot, jot hai soye. Sab mahjot, jot hai soye. Sangat Ji, I say many of times. And when I say that, I say many of times, meaning that I may repeat this many of times, but I'm saying it to myself too. Because we can read these words in Sohila Sahib. We can read these words when we are singing the Aarti. But it's about embracing the Aarti. It's about becoming the Aarti. It's about actually doing the Aarti. Aarti meaning worship. Truly worshipping that one. That sab mahjot. That is that true worship when I'm starting to now see that light. within everyone. Sab meh jot, jot hai soy. The jot of that soy, soy means of that one. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, Sangat Ji is going round, and they are doing the arti. They are truly worshipping Vaheguru Ji. You might not see a toof, an incense stick within the hand of Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. You may not see. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji was a Gursikh that came to the feet of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Sache Paatshah, and served in the feet of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah, who was there throughout all the battles that took place in Sri Anandpur Sahib. And during these battles, this beloved Gursikh of the Guru would go round and giving water. He may not have had a jot within his hand. He may not have had a lamp in his hand. That jot, that oil lit lamp in his hand, that was burnt with care, he may not have had that in his hand. He may not have been actually worshipping with that lamp before anyone, but he was worshipping that one. He was in this devotional worship. He didn't see a Mughal. He didn't see a label. He didn't see what somebody identified themselves as. He didn't see that they are stuck in their home. Is about where he was. It's about where we are. It's about how are we actually perceiving the world at the moment. That will tell us our state, where we are at the moment. But Bhai Kanhaiya Ji was going around, even those that are labelled as Mughals from the outside, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਘਾਲ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ, those that were wounded, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤਰਸਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ, those that were dying in thirst on those battlefields. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, because all they could see, sab meh jot, worship, devotional worship, वो असल विच आरती कर रहे सन. They were actually doing the आरती. Sab meh jot, jot hai soye, tis de chanan, sab meh chanan hoye. The sun reflects its light upon all equally. In that same way, Pyareo, in that same way, Sangat Ji, the light of God reflects upon all equally. But because Bhai Kanhaiya Ji's heart had opened, he had begged to Vaheguru Ji for that darshan, and now he's worshipping Vaheguru Ji even through a Mughal, even through a hill chief that has come as an enemy to attack Sri Anandpur Sahib. Because if we can just enshrine this deep inside of us to start this worship, to start this arti. Na ko bari nahi begana, sagal sang humko ban aayi, sagal sang humko ban aayi. Coming back, Sangat Ji, to Guru Raam Das Ji Paatshah Ji's words, हमरी बेदन तू जानता शाहा, अवर क्या जाने कोई, अवर क्या जाने कोई. How is it anybody else to know my inside state other than you, Vaheguru Ji, of wanting that Anand? That is Anand. That is Anand, Sangat Ji. When our way of life becomes our arti, becomes our worship. साचा साहिब सच तू मेरे शाह, तेरा किया सच सब होए. Sacha Sahib, that Vaheguru Ji of mine, Sacha Sahib, Sahib means master. That master Vaheguru Ji, Sacha is the truth, is Sacha, is the only thing that is true. The only thing that is true. Sach tu mere Shah, and they reinforce that you, Vaheguru Ji, tu mere Shah, my O King, you are the Sach, Chache no Ankar, the truth. The truth. Tera kiya sach sab hoye. Whatever you do is such. Here, such means, we can translate to, is complete, is perfect. The way your whole complete entire system of this creation is working is perfect. I may not be able to see under the guise of my ego. I might not be able to see that bigger picture of how everything is working. But it's a perfect system that you have created. Just because I can't see it yet within my ego, it doesn't mean it's not working perfectly. Your design to this creation is perfect. But when I see you, when I become you, when my ego has been lifted, then I start to see that bigger picture. I start to see how everything is interconnected and working, and how it's working perfectly within your order. झूठा किसको आखिए शाह दूजा नाही कोए. झूठा, Sangat Ji, here can be translated as false. Who should I call false? Meaning, who should I call false that isn't actually true? When we start this journey, Pash says that Jag Rachana sab jhootha hai. Jaan liho re meet. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji say kehde Jag Rachana sab jhootha hai. If you look at this, Sangat Ji, Jag Rachana sab jhootha hai. The entire creation is false. But on here, it sounds like there's a contradiction. Because over here now, it sounds like Guru Raam Das Ji saying, "Jhootha kisno akhiye, kisko akhiye." Who should I call false? Duja nahi koi, when there is nobody other than you. Nothing here is actually false because all of it is you. Sangat Ji, some things cannot really be explained any further other than when that eye opens from inside, when you start to see that actually there is nobody but you, then you will realize that what I was saying is false. Actually within it is the truth, and nothing is actually false. False is only that until I remain stuck in Maya, until I remain when I'm stuck in the false. When I see something that is born and something that comes to an end, when I start to see inside of it, I start to see actually nothing is false because everything is you. Sabna vich tu vartada shah. You are residing within all, O my King. Sab tujhe tyav hai din raat. Everybody meditates on you day and night, Vaheguru Ji. Sab tujhi tha wo mangde. Everybody begs before you. Mere Shah, oh my King, Tu sabna kare ek daat, Tu sabna kare ek daat. Vaheguru Ji, you are the one that gives gifts to all. Sabko tuj hi vich hai mere Shah, Sabko tuj hi vich hai mere Shah. Sabko tuj hi vich hai. Everybody is within you, Vaheguru Ji, within your hukam, within your order. Tujte bahar koi na hai, hukme andar sabko bahar hukm na koi. Everybody is within your system, Vaheguru Ji, within your law. Nobody is outside of you. Sab ji tere tu sab sada mere Shah. Sab ji tere. All of the creatures within this world are yours. Tu sab sada, you are everyone's, O my King. Sab tujhi mahe samahe. Everybody will emerge back within you. Whether it be today, whether it be in this moment, whether it be in 1,000,000 billion years, it doesn't matter. But that is where everybody's destination is. Sabna ki tu aas hai mere pyare. You are the hope of everyone, O my beloved. Sab tujhe tyar hai mere Shah. Everybody is meditating on you. Jo bhave tyo rakh tu mere pyare. Whoever it pleases you, jo bhave tyo rakh tu mere pyare. Keep me in that place, my beloved. Sach Nanak ke Patshah. Guru Raam Das Ji is saying that, oh my Patshah, oh my King, oh that form of truth, Jo Pave, wherever it pleases you, Tyo rakh tu mere pyare, keep me in that place. Sangat Ji, let's continue to do this ardas. That Vaheguru Ji, give me that inner yearning to beg only for you. That here, Vaheguru Ji, only keep me in that place where you want me to be. Don't let me go against that grain. Go against your flow of creation and life, Vaheguru Ji, where I then experience pain and suffering. Keep me where it pleases you. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.